1. Introduction. Sometimes families are happy places, but sometimes families have difficulties. This story is about a young woman named Pam. Pam's early life was not easy. She had many challenges when she was young. She often felt like people did not see her. She felt like people did not hear her thoughts or feelings. This made her feel overlooked. Pam also felt very alone. Even when she was with her family, she felt a distance. It was a difficult feeling for a child. She did not understand why she felt so different from others, especially in her own home. These questions stayed with her for a long time. Her childhood years were often quiet. She did not laugh or play with the same freedom as some children. She spent a lot of time by herself. This feeling of being alone was always present. It was like a quiet shadow that followed her days. She often wished for things to be different. She wished someone would truly see her and understand her heart. She wished for simple things, like a warm hug or a few kind words just for her. But often, these moments were rare. Because of this, she learned to be strong on her own. She learned to manage the feeling of being alone inside. This story will follow Pam's life journey. A journey is the path a person takes through their life. Pam's journey begins with these difficulties. It starts with the feelings of being overlooked and alone. But a life journey can change direction. A person can grow and find new paths. Pam's story is about growing up. It is about facing problems and finding strength. It is about finding her place in the world. Finding her place means discovering where she truly belongs. It means finding people who care about her and accept her. It means finding happiness and a sense of belonging. Pam's early years presented many challenges. These challenges were not always big, loud events. Often they were quiet, emotional difficulties. The feeling of being unseen and unloved deeply affected her. These feelings shaped her personality. They made her quiet and careful in her actions, but they also built a quiet strength inside her. She learned to watch and listen carefully. She learned to think deeply about things. She learned to rely on her own inner self. Even in moments of deep loneliness, she carried this quiet strength. The story will show how Pam moves from her difficult start. It will show her path towards a different future. It is a story filled with hope. It is a story about finding love and building a real home. It is the story of a young woman, Pam, who learns that even after a long time of feeling alone, it is possible to find your place and find happiness. Her journey was not easy or straight. There were many difficult moments and unexpected turns, but she continued forward. This is the beginning of her story. We will see her grow. We will see her find where she belongs in the world. We will see her build a life where she finally feels seen, loved, and truly at home. This is Pam's journey starting now. 2. A cold home. Pam grew up in a house that felt cold. It was not cold because of the weather, but because of the feeling inside. Her parents were her mother and father, but they did not show her much love. They had another daughter, Pam's older sister, Emma. It seemed to Pam that her parents loved Emma more. Everything was easier for Emma. Her parents always smiled at Emma. They talked to Emma about her day. They listened to Emma's stories. When it was Emma's birthday, she had big parties with many friends. She received many gifts, like beautiful new dresses and fun toys. Her parents gave Emma warm hugs and told her they were proud of her. But for Pam, things were different. There were not many smiles from her parents. They did not talk to her as much. They did not seem very interested in her life. Pam did not have big birthday parties. She did not get many gifts. She did not receive warm hugs. She felt a quiet distance between herself and her parents. It was like a wall was always there. Pam spent a lot of time alone. She watched Emma laughing with her parents. She saw the love her parents gave to Emma. She felt like she was standing outside, looking in at a warm place she could not enter. This feeling made her heart sad. She often wondered why she was different. Why didn't her parents look at her with the same warm eyes they used for Emma? Why did she feel so invisible in her own home? But there was one person who gave Pam warmth. This was her grandmother, Lola Carmen. Grandma Carmen lived not very far away. She was a kind old woman with soft hands. When Pam visited her grandmother, she felt safe. Grandma Carmen always had time for Pam. She gave Pam big hugs that felt like sunshine. She talked to Pam and listened carefully to everything Pam said. She cooked Pam's favorite food, like sweet rice and chicken soup. Grandma Carmen's house was a place where Pam felt truly seen and loved. She was the only person who made Pam feel important. In her cold home, Pam held onto the memory of her grandmother's warmth. 3. A big secret. Pam was 14 years old. Life at home was often quiet for her. One night, the house was dark and still. Pam was in her room. She heard voices. It was her parents talking in another room. Pam moved slowly to the door. She listened quietly. She wanted to know what they were saying. She heard her name. Pam stood very still. She listened more carefully. The words were soft, but she could hear them. Her parents were talking about her. They said something that Pam did not understand at first. Then she understood. It was a big secret, a secret about her. They said she was not their real daughter. They said she was adopted. They took her into their home when she was a very small baby. Pam's ears heard the words, but her mind felt slow. Not their real daughter, adopted. She stood there behind the door, listening to this new, strange information. They talked about how she was different. They said she was not like Emma, her sister. Pam felt a cold feeling start in her stomach. It moved up to her heart. Her heart felt heavy. It felt like it was breaking into many small pieces. She moved back to her room slowly. She closed the door softly. Tears came to her eyes. She could not stop them. They fell down her face, one after another. She sat on her bed in the dark. Now she knew. This was the reason. This was why she always felt different. This was why she felt like she did not truly belong. Her parents were not her biological parents. This big secret explained everything. It explained the coldness. It explained why Emma received all the love and attention. Pam felt a deep sadness. The secret was heavy. It made her feel even more alone than before. She cried for a long time that night. The house was still quiet, but Pam's heart was very loud with pain. The secret changed everything for Pam. It was a truth she could not forget. It was a truth that hurt very much. She was 14, and she knew a big secret about herself. 4, growing apart. After Pam learned the big secret, everything changed for her. She felt very sad inside for a long time. She did not want to talk much with her parents. She became quiet and distant. She stopped trying to be close to her mother and father. Before, maybe she hoped they would love her more one day. But now she knew the truth. She knew she was adopted. This made her feel different from them. It made her feel far away. The house felt colder than before, even though it was already cold. Pam felt a deep sadness in her heart. She felt like a part of her was lost. Pam spent almost all her time with her Grandma Carmen. Grandma Carmen lived not very far away. Pam would go to her house after school. She would stay there for hours. Grandma Carmen was the only person who made Pam feel good. She was kind and loving. Pam felt safe and warm when she was with her grandmother. They would talk about many things. Sometimes they would just sit together in silence, and Pam felt peace. Pam felt a warm feeling with Grandma Carmen. It was a feeling she did not get from her parents. Grandma Carmen listened to Pam. She did not judge her. She just loved her. Pam's parents did not seem to see that Pam had changed so much. They did not notice that she was quiet all the time. They did not notice that she stayed away from them. They did not ask her why she was sad or why she spent so much time at her grandmother's house. It was like they did not care about her feelings. This made Pam feel even more alone and invisible. She felt like they did not see her at all. Her sister, Emma, was still the favorite daughter. Emma got all the attention. Their parents always smiled at Emma and talked about her achievements. They bought her nice clothes and gave her money. They praised her in front of other people. Emma was popular at school and had many friends. She seemed to have an easy and happy life. Pam watched Emma from a distance. She felt like she was living in the shadows while Emma was in the bright light. She felt like she did not matter as much as Emma did. Pam felt like she did not belong in her own family. The secret she learned was always in her mind. It was like a big wall between her and her parents. The wall grew taller and stronger every day. Pam felt like a stranger living in their house. She missed the idea of having parents who loved her like they loved Emma, but she knew that would not happen now. So she kept her distance. She kept her true feelings hidden deep inside. She lived in the same house, ate at the same table, but she felt miles away from her mother and father and sister. Only Grandma Carmen was close to her heart and understood her pain. This time was very hard for Pam. She felt the pain of not being truly part of the family she grew up in. She felt the pain of being different. She felt the pain of being overlooked and not loved by her parents. She waited for the day things could be different. She waited for the day she could find her own place in the world, a place where she felt loved and accepted. 5. Grandma's gift. Pam turned 18 years old. It was a day that should feel special. For many young people, it means freedom and new beginnings. But for Pam, it felt like just another day. There was no celebration. Her parents did not plan anything. Her sister, Emma, always had big parties and many presents for her birthdays. Pam only had the quietness she knew too well in that house. She spent most of the day with the person who truly cared, Grandma Carmen. Grandma gave her a small, thoughtful gift and a hug that felt like the only warmth in the world. Pam held onto that feeling. She was 18, but she still felt like the little girl who did not belong. Very soon after her birthday, the worst happened. Grandma Carmen became very ill. She was old and tired. Pam stayed by her side as much as possible. Then one quiet morning, Grandma Carmen passed away peacefully in her sleep. Pam's heart broke into many pieces. It felt like the only color and light left her life. She cried and cried. The house where she lived with her parents felt colder and emptier than ever. She missed Grandma's voice, her gentle hands, her wise words, and her comforting presence. After the sad funeral, the family gathered to hear Grandma Carmen's will. Pam's parents and Emma were there, looking serious. Pam sat in a chair, feeling numb and lost. The lawyer started to read the important paper. He read out names and things. Then he read a part that made everyone in the room gasp softly. Grandma Carmen left everything she owned to Pam. Her comfortable house, the land around it, and all her money. Pam was completely surprised. She looked at her parents. Their faces showed shock and maybe something like anger. Emma looked very unhappy. She expected to get something, maybe. The lawyer continued reading Grandma's words from the will. It was a personal message for Pam. "Pam," it said, "my dear sunshine. You are strong, stronger than you know. This is all for you, my gift of love. Use it well. Live your life freely and happily." Pam felt tears come to her eyes again, but these were different tears. These words were like a final, powerful hug from her beloved grandma. Pam felt a new feeling mixing with her sadness. It was a feeling of strength and possibility. Grandma gave her a chance. A real chance. Pam made her decision quickly. This was her opportunity to leave the cold house where she never felt loved. She packed her few clothes and personal items. She did not tell her parents or Emma she was leaving. There was nothing left to say. She took her small bag and walked out the door. She did not look back. She moved to Grandma Carmen's house. It was in a small, quiet village. The house was old and needed some work, but it felt like home immediately. It smelled like Grandma's cooking and her favorite flowers. It was a place filled with good memories. It was her place now. Grandma's generous gift gave Pam freedom. She had a home, a future, and a clear message from the person who loved her most. Be strong, live free. This was the start of her new life, a life she would build herself on the foundation of Grandma's love. 6. New love. Pam lived in her grandmother's house. It was quiet in the village. The house was old and needed work, but it was Pam's home now. She felt a little lonely sometimes, but also free. She started to fix things slowly. She painted one wall. She cleaned the small garden. One day, Pam went to the village shop. She met a man there. His name was Raphael. He had kind eyes and a warm smile. Raphael worked on a farm nearby. He was strong and friendly. They started talking. Pam told him a little about the house. Raphael offered to help. He was good with his hands. He helped Pam fix a broken door. He helped her mend a fence in the garden. They worked together almost every day. While they worked, they talked. Pam told Raphael about her life, but not all the secrets. Raphael listened carefully. He did not ask difficult questions. He just listened and smiled. Raphael also made Pam laugh. He told her funny stories about the farm animals. He showed her how to grow different plants in the garden. Pam felt something new with Raphael. She felt comfortable. She felt safe. For a long time, Pam felt sad and alone. Now, with Raphael, she started to feel happy again. The cold feeling inside her heart began to go away. They spent more and more time together. They walked by the river. They sat under the old mango tree near the house. They talked for hours about simple things, about their dreams. Pam looked at Raphael, and she saw kindness and strength. Raphael looked at Pam, and he saw a good heart. They liked each other very much. This liking grew into something more. It grew into love. Pam knew this feeling was special. It was different from the love she felt for her grandmother. This was a new feeling, a feeling for a man. Raphael felt the same way. One evening, as the sun went down, they stood together in the garden. Raphael took Pam's hand. He looked into her eyes. They kissed for the first time. It was a soft, sweet kiss. In that moment, Pam felt truly happy. She was not the forgotten girl anymore. She was a woman in love. Raphael was her new love. He made her feel seen and important. Her life was starting to change in a beautiful way in her new home with this kind man. 7. Emma comes back. One day, something surprising happened. Pam's sister, Emma, came to the village. Pam did not expect her. Emma said she wanted to see Pam, but Pam felt Emma wanted something else. Emma looked around the village. She saw Pam's house, the house from Grandma Carmen. Soon, Emma met Raphael. Raphael was helping Pam fix the garden fence. Emma smiled at Raphael a lot. She talked to him. She touched his arm sometimes. Pam watched them. Pam felt a little worried. Emma was always the one who got attention. Emma was beautiful. Pam remembered how everyone liked Emma more. Emma started spending more time near the house. She talked to Raphael when Pam was not right next to them. One afternoon, Emma spoke to Raphael alone. Pam was inside the house, near an open window. She could hear their voices. Emma talked about Pam. Emma told Raphael that Pam was adopted. She said Pam was not a real daughter in their family. She said Pam was different. She said Pam was not normal. Emma tried to make Pam sound bad. She said Pam was poor and cold. Pam listened. Her heart felt heavy. It was the old pain, the pain from when she was 14 years old. She heard Emma say more bad things. Then Pam heard something else. Emma's voice changed. Emma tried to kiss Raphael. Pam could not see, but she knew what Emma was doing. Then Raphael spoke. His voice was strong. He pushed Emma away. He said, "No," he told Emma, "you are not like Pam. I love her." He said it clearly. He said it firmly. Pam heard everything. Her heart started to beat very fast, not with sadness this time, but with surprise and a little happiness. Raphael chose her. He did not listen to Emma's words. He did not want Emma. He said he loved Pam. For the first time in her life, Pam felt chosen. Someone saw her, the real her, and loved her. It was not like with her parents or with Emma. It was true love. 8. A happy life. Raphael looked at Pam with love in his eyes. He asked her to marry him. Pam felt a great happiness inside. She said yes immediately. Emma was still in the village. When she heard the news, she was very angry. She screamed and cried. She even broke a glass. But Pam and Raphael did not listen to her. They were happy together. They planned a simple wedding. It was in the garden of Grandma Carmen's house. The garden was beautiful with many flowers. Pam wore a white dress that belonged to her grandmother. It felt special. There was soft music. Only a few people from the village came to the wedding. It was a small, happy day. Pam felt truly happy for the first time in her life. She was marrying the man she loved. She was in the home she loved, the home Grandma Carmen gave her. After the wedding, Pam wrote a letter to her parents. She did not invite them to the wedding. In the letter, she told them she had found love. She told them she had a home now. She told them she was free and happy. She never heard from them again, but it did not matter anymore. Pam and Raphael started their life together in the old house. They worked in the garden. They planted vegetables and fruit trees. They fixed the house slowly. They built a life that was quiet and full of love. Pam felt safe with Raphael. She felt wanted. She was not the forgotten girl anymore. She was a woman who was loved. She had a happy life in the house her grandmother left her. She felt content every day.